Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is October 12th, 2023. It is a Thursday morning today. And we are off on a whirlwind adventure. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've got a number of interviews today. I've got lunch with one of our neighbors I'm excited about. I've talked to him about America's holding company last summer, like a year and a half ago. Now we're gonna revisit the discussion. But it's a great example of what I mean when I talk about the true value of time. Because we have known each other, we've been friends, we've talked together for a year and a half, and a year and a half of time has passed since that first conversation. Whether they were a subscriber or not, the time passed. And that's, I think, what most people, I'm having a hard time getting people to see, is that no matter what happens in life, time will pass. Things will change. You'll find new jobs. You'll lose jobs. You'll find new friends. You'll be in new relationships. You'll end relationships. You'll have kids. Your kids will move out. You'll retire. Like, all these things happen throughout life, regardless of any path we're on. And so it's, well, understanding that, well, I'm wondering if I'll be able to get through here. This is fun. Yep, not able to get through there. Sad days. Oh well, we will go around the neighborhood. Anyways, time always passes. Period. No matter what you're doing, no matter how old or young you are, time will always pass. And so if you don't have a plan of what you're working towards while time passes, how are you making decisions as time passes? How are you deciding what actions you should take versus which actions you should not take? And I think a lot of people don't dive into all that. They don't think so much about, where am I going over the years? It's more about the moment. It's more about the right now. But the team you're a part of right now will determine a lot about your future years. If you work for a company that has an ESOP component to it, where you get ownership for your time, it's vastly different than working for a company without. Vastly different. Not that one's any better or worse than the other when it comes to the job aspect of it. But it is extremely different when it comes to the financial aspect of it. And your time is worth a different value depending on where you're investing it and who you're investing it with. And so that's what I mean when I talk about the true value of time. It's, if I'm 37 today and I plan on living to 75 or 80 or 90 or however old, but it's a long time. I plan on living a long time. That would be my ideal situation. So between now and the time I'm dead, what am I trying to accomplish? What benchmark am I making decisions towards? It's all of our choices, whatever benchmark we use. And so I think that's something that I need to educate people about. How do you, there's a ton of people that talk about goal setting. All this is goal setting on a longer time horizon. What is your goal to be at 75? As a husband, as a father, your net worth, your career, your growth, the impact you want to make. What are those goals for you personally? Because whether you're a janitor or a CEO, we all have goals. We all have desires. And I think society has us conditioned that we should have all these goals and desires around money. I think that is the worst place to put goals and desires, because there's no end game if it's to collect money. Someone will always have more money than you, and ideally someone will always have less, right? And that's just the way the world is. And so money, I believe money is a medium of exchange. It is designed to be used. It is not designed as a store of value. So I look at Bitcoin as the best store of value in the world, is my personal opinion. It's easy to hold. It's easy to carry. Easier to transact with than, say, gold or silver. There is a finite supply due to how it was designed. All these things, I believe, make Bitcoin an awesome store of value. And so that's where, as you're planning out your life, you need to look at what are the different tools we have access to and how are we using them? Are we trying to store the value of the dollar in the dollar? In the short term, that's great. But the longer your time horizon, the more value the dollar loses. Again, all my opinion. So it's about building a plan. What is your plan for the future? What do you want to do with your time? And even if you're married with kids, you personally should still have a plan. Because life happens, things change. And it's up to each and every one of us to determine what life we want to live, how we want to show up in the world. It is our choice, which is amazing. I love that it's our choice. I love the freedom that we are given here in America. It is my choice to go to Kitech Automation right now for work. I want to do that. It is part of my plan. All of that said, it's just a part of it. If that piece of the plan changed, oh well. If any one piece of your plan changes, that's life. So I'm constantly looking at how do I bridge the gap between the future I want to create and my reality today. And I believe that's how you collapse time. You collapse time by knowing where you're trying to go and making decisions to get there as quickly as possible. But if you don't know where you're trying to go, you can't make the decisions to get there because you don't know where there is. I think it's a very important piece of everything that happens in our society is goal setting and understanding how you're making decisions and how you're trying to live your life and doing it with purpose. And I think that's where happiness lies. Happiness lies in having a purpose, whatever that purpose may be. And it's up to each and every one of us to give ourselves a purpose. No one comes and tells you what to do over your life. That's your job. People can rent your time, right? As an employee, Kitech is renting my time. They do not own it. They cannot own it. And I believe that's one of the reasons employees typically are a liability on a balance sheet instead of an asset. It's because you cannot own the time that it takes to do production in your company. It is always a risk. Will they show up? Will they be a part of this tomorrow? Because how you treat someone today determines what they do tomorrow. I think people who get labeled as Karens do not realize the true value of time. They think they can act any way they want to act whenever they want to act that way. Yes, you can. You have that freedom. What you don't have is freedom from repercussions about how you acted. We're all in this together. And the sooner we realize that, the sooner we can start helping each other accomplish our dreams. I'm really excited to be on the leadership team at Kitech because I look at my role, part of my role is to help facilitate the dreams of every employee on our team. To help them figure out how do we accomplish this dream, whether it's buying a house, whether it's starting a business, getting married, whatever that dream is, it's our responsibility as a company to help them achieve it for as long as they're with us. And when they move on, that is their choice, and we will be extremely grateful for the time we had together and happy for their new opportunities. Because throughout life, we're all in each other's lives for a season. It's not forever. It's for now. And I believe that's the role every employer should play in our society. How do we help facilitate the dreams of the people who make our business a reality? Yes, they have to work. Yes, they've got to show up on time and be good employees and be part of the team. But one of the rewards for that is we show up for them. We help them with their dreams and what they're trying to accomplish. Because we cannot do it alone. Anyone who thinks you can succeed alone is a silly goose. Think how many software programs you use. And think how many companies you buy from. When you buy from a company, all you're doing is saying, I value my time more than I value saving money and creating this myself. Right? So instead of doing this all myself, I'm going to buy this piece of equipment, this thing that I use for production, right? A great example of this is the 2023 Christmas ornaments. I made some. They were really crappy. They're real bad. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not that clever. I would rather work with someone, tell them what I'm trying to do, let them make the ornament. They've got the systems, the processes, the machines, everything I need to do what I'm trying to do without becoming a Christmas ornament manufacturer. So Beacon Design is my ornament manufacturer. And instead of me doing all that, they are just a piece of the puzzle. And now I have the value of the time of everyone on their team. Are they working 40 hours a week for me? No. But I can turn them up and I can turn them down based on need. I don't have to tell them when to show up, what to do, how to do it. I don't have to tell them what equipment to buy. All of that is in their control. And I pay extra so I don't have to deal with it. And it lets me focus on what I'm trying to accomplish. So that's the same reason we buy flags from a manufacturer. I'm not minting these silver coins. I've hired a company to mint the silver coins. All of these things are things I technically could learn how to do. And technically could do myself if I wanted. But it would slow the process down if I was doing it all myself rather than outsourcing to a team who can help me accomplish. And so that's what it means to really set goals and know what you're trying to accomplish. I know I'm not trying to build a Christmas ornament manufacturing shop. I'm trying to sell Christmas ornaments. Two totally different things. So, with all that said, I am now at Kitech. I'm going to go rock my day. I appreciate y'all joining me for the drive-in today, and we will talk to you soon.